And once I get those 2 new units, we'll be up to 15. So we need another 5 units after that, and then we can start to actually intervene. Ruthenia has joined the Cairo Pact. The balance of power continues to shift. There may be consequences for this region and beyond. Bulgaria seems to be doing okay. Peace deal has been signed between Ecuador and Peru. Yeah, Bulgaria is pushing south into Greece. And if Bulgaria can take Greece out, then they don't need to worry about defending this anymore, and they can push north. Serbia is pushing Bulgaria, though. Peru beat Ecuador. Argentina is... I was going to say is smashing Chile, but it actually looks like Patagonia is doing quite well. This is a messy fight. This is a really messy fight. Hey, Sterling Steve. AOG took 17 states. Republic of China was annexed. Changqing Chango was also annexed. AOG rises triumphant. The Allgemeine Ostasiengesellschaft. Great people. United Duchies taken out Estonia. Now they're just going for Latvia. We can modify the government again. So now I am tempted to get a head of military intelligence. Seeing as I get a bonus, a percentage bonus to decryption, I think that we probably do want to get someone who has just a decryption advantage. So it's probably going to be Laurie Malmberg. Authoritarian Democrat, which is actually the least popular party right now. The Social Liberals are here. Social Democrats are here. We definitely don't want Socialists. Blech. So we're going to go Authoritarian Democrat, I think. And that's going to give us a decryption bonus, which is also going to mean that I can keep spying on what these guys are working on tech-wise. Focus-wise. A peace deal has been signed between Argentina and Chile. Argentina won. The Dominion of India declared war on Nepal. Huh. Though Chile was once viewed as the most successful bastion of syndicalism and socialist values within South America, it appears that its regime stands no more. Clear failings in the leadership during the war against Argentina and the dire strategic situation facing the nation today led to a cabal of military officials seizing power in Santiago, and a number of key strongholds in the city and across the country swiftly fell into their hands. Where Chile's path now lies remains uncertain, but it appears that another junta rules in Latin America, for now at least. And Argentina also took out Patagonia, so Argentina rules supreme. Nepal, do you have a focus tree? No. And he declared the war before they got any of their industrial stuff done. Newbie era there, Dominion of India. Gotta let them build up their industry, then take them. The Italian Republic has joined the Donau Ariabund. With Gabriele D'Annunzio's radicalism contained at the ballot box, the Italian Republic has formally joined Austria's defensive pact. Although actually Austria doesn't tend to be very aggro in this. Radio. October 37. Do I want any oil supplies is the question. My oil is going to have to come through the bolt. Actually, Germany is on my side. That's fine. So is Sweden. And Norway is going to be friendly. So we can come in via the North Sea. So trading for oil I don't think is going to be a problem. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. So I'm not going to bother with synthetic oil. I don't think there's any need for it. I don't think we're going to be able to do tanks. Motorized we should get so we can get field hospitals. Field hospitals are going to be critical, in fact, because manpower is going to be a huge problem. So we need to get those going as quickly as possible. Yeah, Augustan's new. I'm trying to think who that split out from, because I don't think it's Mongolia. Have they always been there? Maybe they just had a different colour. Nope, they're a Mongolian puppet. Oh, it's the guys that Mongolia and Tibet crushed between them. And then they've released Augustan as a puppet, took these territories, I think. Either that, or it's part of Alash Order, which destroyed Mongolia. Mark Leek, yeah, that was it. Mark Leek still sees it as a core, so yes, I'm fairly sure that's the former Mark Leek. And educating the citizenry is going well. You will be educated. Kingdom of Spain's absolutely bossing this. Oh, no, oh. Although there's a German unit right here. I wonder who's fighting on either side. Turkestan Khanate has declared war on Alash Order. So Germany has sent volunteers to the kingdom. France has sent volunteers to CNT, and nobody has sent volunteers. Oh no. Canada and the French Republic have sent them to Carlists. So this really is Reichspakt versus Third International versus the Entente. And all of them have responded accordingly. So I guess this is Entente, CSA, Reichspakt? Because yes, there are German volunteers fighting for them. There are a lot of volunteers fighting for the PSA. Canada, Russia, Japan, French Republic, and Austria. And then Union of Britain and the International... the Commune fighting for the CSA. So the Pacific states, just by the sheer number of foreign volunteers, are actually going to hit really hard. And they do seem to be pushing back pretty radically. PSA might well win this. I had my money on the CSA initially, but seeing these two allied, I then had my money on these two, and now seeing the number of allies the Pacific States is getting, probably them. This is going to be a strong Entente, with Japan and also Russia on their side. The Conservative Bulwark. Political power, popularity for paternal autocrats, and political power for social conservatives. Party power, even. We must act as an impenetrable wall against the radical forces of socialism and at times the forces of liberalism, which seek to undermine our rule and change an already great nation. Make Finland great again. God, Austria needs a new tree. They got one not too long ago though, didn't they? The Sultanate of Egypt has declared war on the Ottomans. Now, had the Ottomans joined the Bulgarians? That is one of the big questions. No, they had not. So the Ottomans are going to be entirely free to fight against the Saudis, Egypt. Oh, but the Socialist Republic of Iran declared. Usually if Persia joins in, then it's GG. Rebellion in Yemen. The Welsh Creek caused tremendous damage to an already struggling Ottoman Empire. Large sections of the Arabian Peninsula were cut off from the Sublime Porte's rule for years due to the successes of the Arab Revolt. All the same, with the peace with honour, the Yemeni vilayet was to some extent brought back under Ottoman rule, at least in theory. For many years, Yemen's mostly run its own affairs, with the Sultan's gaze firmly on its own domestic troubles. With conflicts erupting in the Suez and across the Holy Land, Yemen was once more cut off from the bulk of the Ottoman army. Taking advantage of this opportunity, combined with the perceptible weakness of the Ottoman state, the Imam has publicly declared the creation of a new, independent kingdom. The Persia Pounce. Good use of alliteration, I approve. Mashrak declared war on the Ottomans. Mashrak's joined the Cairo Pact. They got a new branch, but 2 of the 3 paths are the same. Ah, I see. Yemen has declared war on the... What? Damn it! Kingdom of Spain, you had one job. One freaking job. Why does this always happen? You were winning. You were the chosen one, and you were winning. You're smashing the car lists. Take the car lists out and then turn on the CNT. But all you had to do was hold Madrid. Reports from Madrid confirm the Spanish city has been captured by the advancing anarcho-syndicalist troops after long, merciless fighting through the hilly terrain of the old city. Spanish forces put up stiff resistance. Well, clearly they didn't. Hoping to deliver. Nope, they didn't. Shut up, it's rubbish. The CNT has the high ground. Okay, so we've got centralized industry. Wasting a bunch of time doing that, but I think it was necessary. Alright, let's get concentrated too. Germany, all you need to do is go boop. This Germany goes boop. Cut them off, take it back. So disappointing. Okay, so you've actually lost Norfolk, which isn't good. New Orleans is your new capital. Out of interest. How is this war going? 50-50 still. Whoa, you guys are losing a lot of troops, though. You do have more men than the CNT FAI. Only by about 200,000. Oh, 200,000 is a fair chunk. I guess because most of the operations are offensive against the CSA, that's why they've been suffering heavier losses. Peace deal has been signed between Middle Africa and Portugal. I think Middle Africa won? I think they lost some territories here. I think. I'm not sure that this was ever connected. Yeah, I think Portugal lost a big chunk of the Congo. No, that's Belgium. I have no idea what the outcome of that one was. Justification against me or my allies. By who? Russia? Caucasus direction, that's not towards me, that's good. I mean, one of the nice things about being in the Reichspakt is I'm going to get drawn into a war regardless. That's a lot of bodies Russia's throwing at me, though. That does make me slightly nervous. Syndicalism prevails in the Ukraine. Uh-oh. Actually, screw them. They're not selling me food. We should go and crush them regardless. After the Weltkrieg, Ukraine became a battleground between the pro-German something. Poland declared war on the Ukraine. Oh, can I join this? Between the pro-German Hetmanate, the Bolsheviks, Manchko's Free Territory, and many other armed groups. The Hetmanate prevailed, but it turned out to be popular amongst the Ukrainians, and after an agricultural crisis and the infamous Black Monday, this hatred reached a breaking point. The famous Ukrainian syndicalist leader Nikita Khrushchev has led his Red militias to dissolve the kingdom and declare the Ukrainian Socialist Republic. Time will tell whether this new entity will endure a German reaction, though, but this victory has strengthened the far-left positions across the Reichspakt. Poland declared war on them. Not Germany, Poland. Okay. So Poland declared war on the Ukraine, which has just gone socialist, but they did it just before the Ukraine declared war on either Germany or Germany declared war on the Ukraine, which is more likely. And you declared war on the Ukraine yourselves, drawing Germany into war against Poland and probably securing Ukraine's future in Germany. What are you doing? This is an opportunity to get some experience, though I'm not sure we're going to need it. Poland just committed suicide. Ooh, plus 20% defense. This is where superior firepower are a lot stronger. Like, trench warfare is pretty nice because it does give you the extra entrenchment, but you have to have time to entrench. This is where superior firepower, 20% more defense for infantry and motorized mechanized. That's a crazy defensive upgrade. The German Empire is called Morocco. Yeah, okay, so there's going to be loads of people being called in here. And this is a defensive war because Poland technically declared war on us. Just watching to make sure that, like, France doesn't declare while Germany's distracted by this. Because that would be bad. They've left, like, just a very token resistance over there. Might be allied to Don-Cuban Union. I don't think so. Nope. Not at war with them. And Bulgaria... Oh no, they are still pushing south. They just need to take Athens and I reckon Greece would fall. And then they can push all of their troops going north. Serbia's pushing, but they haven't done a huge amount. Mashrik has already capitulated to the Ottomans. The Ottomans are actually pushing pretty hard now. And there we are. The conservative bulwark has been completed. And now we can reward the farmers. Farmers within Finland have been ardent in their support of the National Coalition Party. As such, we must provide them with rewards in the form of subsidies in order to retain their loyalty. This might also fix the grain problem. If we can motivate the farmers, then that would be a good thing for us. Would have been an Austrian-German war had Austria made its faction. True. The 4th partition of Poland, or is it the 5th? I lost count. It does happen a fair amount. If they are communists, they might be more willing to share their productions. Not quite sure what you mean by that, Nathaniel. Who's justifying on us? We don't know. It never actually says. It just... Oh, Russia is. Okay, it was Russia. But Caucasus direction is not towards me. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what exactly that means. Indo-Chinese unions declared war on Siam. Huh. Portugal has joined the Entente due to Portugal's long-standing ties to the royal family and Ottawa. They have officially joined the Entente, giving Canada a springboard in Europe for the planned reconquest of the British Isles. So that's 17 factories and 30-ish soldiers versus 7 factories and 20-ish soldiers. There is no way that Siam should lose this, theoretically. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Germany guarantees Don-Cuban Union. So Russia going after the Caucasus is going after Germany's guarantee. That's what's causing it. Oh, communist logic that if you don't own anything and everything is shared, Ukraine's communist, they might want to share the grain. Less likely. But yes, I get what you're saying. It was a joke, haha. You say this, yet there's a Yucatan. I know! I've been wrong many times. The fall of Burgos. Reports from Burgos confirm the Carlist temporary capital has been captured by advancing anarcho-Spanish troops after skirmishes in the hilly countryside. Oh, don't let Siente win this. Come on. It was going so well, and then the kingdoms just collapsed for some reason. This war, however, is going to take a while. Yucatan are the chosen one. Sigismund's coup in White Ruthenia. Nepal is next. Open street battles were reported in the streets of Minsk today as White Ruthenian security forces under the control of Prince Sigismund, or Juggernaut, launched a daring coup against the reigning monarch Vladimir. For years, the Hohenzollern monarchy and the kingdom, born from the ruins of the People's Republic, has been racked by internal strife. And despite Vladimir's belated efforts to undermine Sigismund's power, based within the intelligence services, his brother has put an end to the hemophiliac's tenuous rule. The nation is now under the rule of a man well known for paying little heed for German ancestry, and who is willing to work with Russian and White Ruthenian nationalists over his own kin. Brother against brother. So White Ruthenia might well split away from us here. After the Weltkrieg, the Germans formed a White Russian state in the White Rus, even though the local population could hardly be considered a single nation before. This lack of national identity didn't stop the Germans from imposing their order over the country, and this resulted in tensions that have now released. Prince Sigismund of White Ruthenia, the leader of the Belarusian nationalist forces in White Ruthenia, seized control of the country after the previous king perished in the theatre explosion. Whether Sigismund will rebel against the Germans or is hoping that they'll accept the new order is hard to tell. However, Ruthenia has made peace with Poland, so it does look like they are leaving. Yes, the Ukrainian forces are leaving. So Ruthenia just declared independence. And Russia immediately declares on White Ruthenia. It's like, oh, you're independent now. Squish. And because they're not guaranteed by Germany, Germany does nothing. Meanwhile, we have sufficient political power for another change. We can actually go now to a war economy. And I think we probably ought to. Because at this point, building military factories is now worthwhile. Well, building factories full stop is now very much worthwhile. Kind of bad though, because integrating Belarus early can help Russia quite a bit. Empire of Brazil has joined Entente. That's a big ally to gain. The Entente's going to be really strong in this, because I strongly suspect that Russia and possibly Japan will join them. I should check Japan, see what they're doing. See you, Dana. The geopolitical scales continue to tip, changing the balance, and with it many strategic calculus. There'll be consequences for the region and the world. So what is Japan doing? Japan is the Empire of Japan. They've gone national populist. They've not done any expansionist stuff yet. Peace deal has been signed between Argentina and Paraguay. And Bolivia and Paraguay. Bolivia is now much bigger. Oh, nationalist Chile. I was trying to read what on earth that said. There's Paraguay, back again. A fraction of its former size. Meanwhile, the American Civil War continues to rage on. New England, whatever happened to you? Are you a Commonwealth of Canada puppet? You are, okay. Home rule. I guess that makes them an ally rather than a puppet. Ah, we have our units ready. And I'm going to say go ahead and deploy in Nyland. Boop. And then start training up, because you need to. What are you short on? Manpower? No. Guns. Oh, and manpower. Yeah, 9,000 manpower. That's the real problem. Syndicalist in Bharati Commune is the leader of the Bharati Commune's faction of moderates, and its recently elected head of state, Falzal Huk, gave a... there goes Greece. Fiery speech to an electrified crowd in Calcutta today, promising that his new syndicalist government would usher in an era of prosperity and industrial growth for the nation. The Greek government's gone into exile. The main troops have capitulated to Bulgaria. So Bulgaria can now focus entirely on Romania, where they've actually crossed the river in 2 places. This is very bad for Romania. Bulgaria might win this. This seems to be more common recently for some reason. Wait, are you at war with Albania? Oh, you are. Because Albania earlier... no, Albania's on their side. Wait, then why have... oh, that's because that's part of Greece. Yeah, okay, so Albania's on Bulgaria's side. That's why Bulgaria's winning. It's all the Albanians. Good grief, Poland's holding out a long time. There it goes. Once described as the Paris of the East during the Renaissance, Warsaw has hit rough times in recent memory. There was hope after the Weltkrieg of renewal, but alas, fate has not been kind. And... clearly I am not playing with... oh yes I am. So we're going to go German Empire. Boop, 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 boop. Because that was all Germany. And immediately they're given independence. Not at all surprised. Skanderbeg reincarnated, indeed. Have up, God. What's up, Mordred? New here, love your content. The Civil War game yesterday was awesome. Keep it up. Thank you, appreciate that. And we have rewarded the farmers. And with that, we can now stabilize Finland. The king and his close advisors have managed to, under dire circumstances, return the stability and peace that marked Finland following its civil war. Now, with all threats neutered or outright eliminated, we can safely begin to reassert ourselves in the world stage once more. Yes, we can. Is Poland a puppet of Germany? Yes, they are. Madras has declared war on the Princely Federation, so Princely Federation are having their own civil war, though I cannot see Madras doing particularly well here. 12 divisions, 8 factories versus 35 divisions and like 24 factories. Ottomans are losing. Well, this is actually really hard to judge. They're getting crushed down here. And these are a number of cutoffs which are not going to be good. And they are diving quite deeply into Iran, but the important Iranian territory is up here. So yes, I think because of their losses down here in the Levant, Ottomans are losing. Russia took 7 states, White Ruthenia was our next. Russia grows even larger! And now has a pro-Russia White Ruthenia, which it would have been anyway. Probably.